What's good, guys? Popo here, and today what I want to show you is something really cool, and I think it might help your workflow on the MPC. If you haven't seen my other video on how to make a song, stretch it out into different sequences, I'll put that link up in the description or a little card pop up. And then if you haven't seen how to, instead of mute out your different parts, that's kind of what I'll just leave a bunch of little tags up there. Just click on those videos and watch them. But what we're going to do today is a little bit different. And it's more of before you were to track and mute everything out, okay? I tend to work a little bit backwards. I'll make my melody first. Some people make their drums first, whatever. But what we're going to do is take this, and I want to show you how to add an effect to each pad and show you the differences between mixing and mastering on the MPC. And I've had a few people talk about what is linear and what is non-linear, and what I've gotten out of this is that you have to start with like an 8-beat and stretch it out as long as you want it, and then you can do your linear over it. That's a different topic altogether, all right? But for right now, let's jump in here and get into some mixing and mastering. Mixing is going to be how you want each sequence to sound, and then mastering is going to be how you want the whole overcome of how do you want your bar wrapped, you know what I'm saying? How do you want your product to be delivered, the final product? So let's jump right into it. Let's have some fun with it. And you can do this per sequence. On my last video, I showed you how to copy the sequence before you do any automation. Copy the sequence dry. This way, each other sequence, you can add different automation by hitting the read write. But if you want your sounds to cut off and cut in, maybe in this sequence we just want because some sounds are it just gives you full control over, and I know this may seem basic, but you can spend a long time in here doing this. See, it's like I can't hear that. So I'm going to turn all these other ones down until I can hear it. Channel mixer. See, like I put a lot of effects on this one, and you can see it's juggling the sound. So, okay, that's for your programs. All right, let me show you. Let me stop there, right there, real quick. That's for your programs, okay? Now, if you take, and it says right up here, mixer programs. And if you scroll with the wheel over to master, it's going to show you your outputs. Okay? Let's jump in and show you the outputs. Alright, so check it. So we got the outputs going, and I promise that we're going to go over how to go through your outputs into external gear and all this, but you need to know, I think it's important to know the basics of how to do this on here before you start sending it to other devices or incorporating more stuff into your MPC or expanding your MPCX or whatever. So for the master on this, now I'm going to add an air channel strip. These are mastering tools. It's got my compression. it just changes your whole sound overall completely. Let's add another mastering tool here. And we don't want it to be like a reverb or anything like that. Let's check this compressor. I could always use this compressor over my voice. That would be real nice. Non-linear flatten. See, that really brightened up everything, so I'm gonna leave that. And I might not need anything else. Air maximizer. It's a clip catcher, make sure I don't clip. Let's use the clip. Go back to so now that's over our whole song. These are the programs and the effects that we put on there. I just think it's a really cool thing that you can do all your mixing and mastering right here. Now that compressor, this air maximizer might be too much. This is what it sounded like before we mastered it on outputs 1 and 2. And we didn't really tweak or mess with any kind of effects or anything like that. All we did was straight up just mess with it for like not even 3 or 4 minutes. Now you can really go in here and you go to, like when you explode out your drums, it's the same thing. If you don't know how to explode out your drums, you just go to your track that your drums are on, hit the pencil and hit explode, and it'll take your drums and explode them out per track. And then you can hit your pad mixer, and your pad mixer will actually let you affect each strike of the drum of each drum. It'll give you an effect for each one that you put on there in a separate track, so it's really, really nice. But I really think it's important to utilize the channel mixer, and like I said, to be able to, and like I said in my last video, I did show you how you can take this one sequence, copy it, so you would actually, before you do any of this, you would copy this sequence like 5 times, and then per sequence you would master out how you want each one, and the effects don't jive right now. I've had a problem with the effects per sequence, but as far as the read-write automation, everything works really good. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you for watching, and I'm gonna get back in here, mess around with some more sounds. Again, this was before, and this is after the mix. Gives it a whole different punch. So mixing per channel gives you that, and then mastering gives it for the whole wrap. Alright guys, that's about all I got for today. I'll holler at you later, and thanks for watching.